One of the biggest pieces of movie news that ever came out during my time covering movies, obviously I still think the biggest piece of news I ever heard was when Disney purchased Lucasfilm and said there was going to be new Star Wars films. But one of the biggest ones has to be, and I still remember exactly where I was, Rob, when they announced that Sony and Disney had made a deal for the Spider-Man character to still be controlled by Sony, but to appear in the MCU.
That was a big deal.
Me, Dennis Zen, and Amy Rose Eisenbach, we were standing in the lobby of a hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. We were down there for a conference that I was speaking at, and we checked our phone. The news broke. Spider-Man's here. And of course, he's been a very important part of the MCU ever since he made his first appearance in Civil War, which was a great first appearance for the character. Well, lately, the question has been, what's going on with the character now? I mean, now that first run is done, a lot of questions, a lot of people saying he's coming back for sure, but we've not heard a lot of solid confirmation. Some people said like 5 months ago, they're in advanced pre-production of the new Spider-Man movie. That, of course, turned out not to be true. But now we do have some official word. So, because Sony's chief executive is saying that, oh yeah, new live action Spider-Man movie, make no doubt, is coming. This comes to us from the folks over at CBR who wrote the following. Speaking to the Hollywood Reporter, Sony Pictures Entertainment chairperson Tom Rothman confirmed that the studio will release another film dedicated to the friendly neighborhood webhead. When asked whether the studio has plans for another Spider-Man film, the executive responded, "You bet." Despite this confirmation, though, Rothman didn't reveal any further details regarding the project, admitting that not even he knows when it'll premiere. When can we expect it? I don't know. Serve no wine before it's time, Rothman said. In late 2022, several so-called insiders insisted that Spider-Man 4 was entering advanced pre-productions, but those, of course, never panned out. So, okay, there are two things to ask the question about here. Okay, one, there's going to be more live-action Spider-Man. But, and I don't want to throw a panic at anybody, notice what Rothman didn't say. He didn't say where that Spider-Man would be. He didn't say it was going to be in the MCU, but he didn't say it wasn't going to be. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not pointing out that he didn't say it would be in the MCU to make a point that it wasn't. He also didn't say it wasn't going to be in the MCU. He didn't say it would be a part of the new expanding Spider-Verse over at Sony. He didn't say it wasn't. Rob, at this point, I think the very fact that he's being willing to confirm, that to me suggests a maintaining of the status quo, of the current status quo, which is, of course, Spider-Man being connected to the MCU. Now, we know that isn't going to be forever. I mean, I think we all understand that it isn't going to be forever. But right now, you and I both agree that this arrangement is something that's making both Sony and Disney a lot of money. It's making the fans happy. Morbius. But aside from Morbius, Sony's had some success on their end too with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is one of the most anticipated films of 2023. The Venom movies, they've had a big success with the Venom movies. So everything seems to be working for everybody. When you hear Tom Rothman just confirming, yep, you bet, there is new Spider-Man coming. We don't know when yet, which maybe suggests some things might still be up in the air a little bit. But what are your thoughts and your theories right now about what's going on with Spider-Man and where he's going to end up?
Well, I think that for sure that they're going to make, I think when Tom Rothman thinks about Spider-Man, being that he's at Sony, in his mind, he's not thinking MCU, Sony-verse. He's just thinking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The last Spider-Man movie that they released, and by the way, let's once again make clear, all three of the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland have been released by Sony. They have not been released by Disney or
Correct.
Marvel.
Yep, that's something a lot of people forget.
So he's just thinking to himself, of course we're going to make another Spider-Man movie. Why wouldn't we? The last one we made was really successful. One of the most successful movies ever made. So it was 75% theirs, like 25% Marvel's. I think they're just going to keep in that same vein. Why not? Because look, Sony benefits from their relationship with Marvel, just like Marvel benefits from having Spider-Man in the MCU. I think it's a mutually beneficial relationship that they want to continue. There's no reason why they wouldn't want to continue it. But that said, in this day and age, you never know. But I would say, John, it's probably status quo. They're going to make another Spider-Man 4, whatever that's going to be. It's going to be in the MCU. We're probably going to see crossover characters, and it wouldn't surprise me if Spider-Man's going to be in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars as well.
Jonathan, let's bring that picture back up again that you just had up. Because I remember when Spider-Man No Way Home came out, a lot of people, once it became clear that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to be in there, and especially once people saw the movie, the popular theory that started going around was that, well, here it is. So, because there was still a lot of question going into No Way Home about what's going to happen with Tom Holland's Spider-Man after this done. So the popular theory kind of became one of two things. Sony is taking back the Holland Spider-Man, but they're going to allow either Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. By the way, how great is that image? That image is fantastic. How good does Tobey Maguire look in that picture? Like, he looks like he could still easily play Spider-Man. But anyway, a lot of people are thinking, okay, Tom Holland's going to go back to Spider-Man, but now they've got access to Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to be Spider-Man. Or the slightly more popular theory was the other way around, that Tom Holland will now continue to be the Spider-Man here, and Sony will start making, Spider-Man movies with continuing either Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, which I would love. He is my favorite Spider-Man. Or I love all three of them, though. Or Tobey Maguire. Now, I've always contended that was not going to be the case. I thought this movie was just serving as a beautiful swan song for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. But do you think that is something that could still be possible for them? That maybe Sony says, look, let's divvy this up. We still control the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but you can use him in the MCU continually. But we want to start making some other Spider-Man content with older Spider-Man. Do you think that is still something that can happen?
I mean, it could. As a matter of fact, I would. If I was Tom Rothman, I would see if Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire, either one of them was interested, because even the backstory that they gave both of those Spider-Men in No Way Home was really interesting. Delving into where Andrew Garfield was in a dark place, he said.
I love the one line that says, I stopped pulling my punches.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a really interesting kind of a movie. So I could see that could be, I mean, look, everyone's always having to second guess the marketplace. These movies are hugely expensive. You're talking a $200 million plus investment. So they have to stick with what works. I mean, I would say make a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie for $80 million and concentrate less on the effects and more on, or Andrew Garfield, what does it mean to not pull your punches? And make it much more of a gritty, real world examination of his redemption or something as a result of what happened in No Way Home or something like that. But that's not how Hollywood thinks. And I think that what they're going to do is they're going to continue on, although I wouldn't want to follow up No Way Home.
I don't for either Marvel or Sony. That's now a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it really is. Like
that movie.
How do you you could make the best Spider-Man movie in the world, but if it's a single Spider-Man film and it makes $1 billion, people are gonna be like, oh, only $1 billion?
Yeah, I know, right?
We live in such a weird world.
And it's not, here's the funny thing. I obviously I really, really like No Way Home, but it is not the best Spider-Man movie.
No.
I don't even think it's in the top 3 best Spider-Man movies, to be honest with you. But it is, but still, it's great. Guys, question is for you. Sony is saying, you bet there's going to be another and a brand new. We got some danger going on back there at the control center. I think there's a bug flying around Jonathan's head. Sony's saying, you bet that we are definitely doing more Spider-Man movies, but how is that going to manifest? Will it still be in the MCU? Most likely. Maybe Sony takes crap. Maybe they divvy up the Spider-Man. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. This holiday season, the best deal in wireless can only be found at Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you get another 3 months for free. Mint Mobile lets you order and activate from home with eSIM, while saving tons on phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know I've been using Mint Mobile long before this holiday deal, and I have to say it is the perfect time to switch. I have absolutely loved using Mint Mobile, and like I've told you guys many times, I am now spending less than 1/3 of what I used to spend under one of the other major mobile carriers. And now with the whole buy 3 months, get 3 months free deal, it's even better. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily and effortlessly with eSIM. Or if you need a new device, for a limited time, get 6 months of free service when you buy a select device and plan. So guys, for a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months for free by going to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's Mint Mobile mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.